Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dale Menyo. U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer testified before the U.S. Senate Finance Committee, drawing attacks from Democrats over tariffs, while some Republican senators also voiced skepticism or expressed concern about businesses and agriculture in their states. Both stock and commodity markets on Tuesday appear to rebound after repeated days of sharp declines. The S&P 500 and other stock indexes were in positive territory most of the day, but fell before closing. Still, front-month corn and soybean contracts closed higher, and all the wheat contracts finished higher as well. Greer also repeatedly said the country had lost 5 million manufacturing jobs and 90,000 manufacturers since 1994. These are serious indicators of an economic and national security emergency, and we can't ignore it, Greer said. Greer also rejected the president's plan had resulted in a trade war. This is not a war. Most countries have said they are not going to retaliate. Greer also cited some announcements from manufacturers, automobile manufacturers to be specific, that they'll move more part production to the U.S. to highlight the administration's plans were already bearing fruit. Greer also noted he and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent would open new trade talks with Japan. Among the goals would be more and better agricultural access, Greer said. And he said talks are beginning with both India and Vietnam as well. Greer said Vietnam has already lowered tariffs on products such as cherries, apples, and nuts. Greer noted the average U.S. agricultural tariff is 5%, while India's average is 39%. There are also disparities in particular products, such as Brazil charging an 18% tariff on imported ethanol, while the U.S. tariff is 2.5%. And the story goes on. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Warmer weather trying to work into Ohio this afternoon, but it's also coming with some clouds. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick update for you here in Ohio. Moving through the next 12 hours or so, we likely see a little bit of moisture trying to work in. This moisture is very light, but I think we have to allow for anywhere from a few hundredths to probably 3 or 4 tenths coming through the Buckeye State between tonight and tomorrow midday. We'll take a little bit of a break, and then a secondary batch of moisture may try and come in for overnight tomorrow night into early Friday, but that'll be mostly in far southern Ohio. After we get done with that, we're going to be chilly but sunny for the balance of Friday through the weekend. Saturday, I guess Sunday we start to moderate temperatures a little bit, and next week is mild, but we have some moisture that wants to come in Sunday night, Monday, and again Monday night, Tuesday. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Stay ahead in soybean farming with the latest research and insights. Follow the Ohio Field Leader program at ocj.com, brought to you by the Ohio Soybean Council and their checkoff. Time now for the midday market analysis provided by Leist Mercantile and sponsored by Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years.
This is Ryan Metzger with Leist Mercantile, providing you with your midweek fundamentals. It's impossible to ignore the growing trade war that is developing between China and the U.S. Last week, we saw Trump implement a 34% tariff on China, and this week an additional 50% tariff. That now raises the tariffs on Chinese imports to 104%, and those go into effect today. China has retaliated in kind, first matching the 34% from Trump last week, and as of this morning has matched the 50% to now make tariffs on U.S. imports a total of 84%. So far, we have not seen China cancel any of their remaining soybean contracts, but more concerning, we're also not seeing them make any new purchases of U.S. ag. For the U.S. soybean farmer out there, if Trump is not able to get a new trade deal done with China, then we'll see further loss of China market share. That will be incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to replace. Please visit our website, leistmercantile.com, learn more about our grain marketing program and crop insurance services.
And thanks, Ryan. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. May corn up 2.5 at 471.5. December new crop up 3, 448 3/4. Carry it to March up 2 3/4 at 460 3/4. May beans up 4.5 at 997 1/4. November 984 up 6 1/4. Carry that crop to January up 5 1/4, 996.5. On the wheat, giving back a little of yesterday's gain. July down a penny and a half at 5.52 and a half. September 5.67 and 1/4, down a penny and a half. If you carried it to December, it's down a penny and a half, but at 5.89 and a quarter cent. In livestock, April cattle down $1.05, 198.05. June down $1.52, 192.10, and August down $1.45 at 189. April lean hogs are the only minus in hogs, down 42 cents at 87.40. May, $85 even, up 40 cents, and June, $90.42, up 65. May feeder cattle, $271.92, up 20. Then we go lower. August down $1.07 at 276.52, and September down $1.17 at 275.90. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.